Hello everyone. 3.3 The Last Leaf. About the author. The author of The Last Leaf is O. Henry, and he was born as William Sidney Potter, and he lived between 1862 to 1910. He was an American writer who wrote nearly 600 stories about life in America. His first collection of stories was Cabbages and Kings in 1904. Some of his famous works include The 4 Million, The Gift of the Maggie, among others. His best and perhaps the funniest work is one of his last stories, The Ransom of Red Chief. Many of his writings have been adapted as films. Let us see summary. The Last Leaf is an adaptation of O. Henry, is a story of the same name. It's a story about two struggling artists, John C. and Sue, who came to New York from different parts of the United States and became friends upon learning that they shared the same interest. Setting up a studio in a flat, they tried to earn their living through art. One day, John C. caught pneumonia, and despite Sue taking good care of her, she showed no signs of improvement. The doctor told Sue that John C. had a 1 in 10 chance of surviving the infection. That is, it was necessary for her to have the will to live. Medicines alone were not enough to help her survive. According to the doctor, the reason she was not recovering was because she had given up the will to live. That day, John C. lay in bed without saying anything. Sue noticed that John C. was looking out of the window and counting something repeatedly in a low voice. When she looked out from the window, she could see nothing except the old ivy vine with decayed roots that had climbed up the brick wall. The winds had made the creeper shed all its leaves, and now only a few branches were left clinging to the bricks. When Sue asked John C. what she was doing, John C. told her that she would die when the ivy vine sheds its last leaf. Sue told John C. that her wealth did not depend upon the leaves of the ivy vine and that she had excellent chances of recovering. Sue asked her to have some broth. Broth means here soup, vegetable soup, but John C. refused and kept looking out of the window instead. She told Sue that she wanted to see the last leaf of the vine fall before it got dark. However, Sue did not want John C. to keep looking at the ivy vine and feel more depressed. So Sue asked John C. to close her eyes and let her complete her work. John C. obeyed and fell asleep as she closed her eyes. Sue called Mr. Berman, their downstairs neighbor, to model for her. He was an artist, though not a successful one. He always desired to paint a masterpiece, but never got around to actually painting one. However, he made some money by serving as a model for other artists in the colony. When Sue told Berman about John C.'s condition and her imagination, he was surprised and asked Sue how she could allow John C. to think that way. He told Sue that someday he would paint a masterpiece and then they would all go away. Sue showed Berman the ivy vine that John C. had been seeing through the window. After Berman saw the vine, he and Sue gave each other a quiet look and began their work. It poured throughout the night. The next morning, John C. asked Sue to open the window. When the window was opened, John C. was surprised to see that the ivy vine still had one leaf left. John C. prepared herself because she knew that as the last leaf fell, she too would leave this world. The day passed. but the last leaf was still there on the vine. Next morning, when Sue opened the window, the leaf was still there on the vine. The strong wind and the constant rain could not separate the leaf from the ivy vine. After looking at it for a long time, Johnsy told Sue that she had been wrong to think that she would die when the last leaf fell. However, the leaf was still there to show her how wicked she was to throw her life away like that. Johnsy then happily took the broth, means the soup and milk that Sue had brought for her. She even told Sue that she wanted to paint the Bay of Naples someday. Downstairs, Mr. Barman was ill with pneumonia. He was found lying in his room with his brushes and palette scattered around him. He died 2 days later in a hospital. The last leaf was still there on the wall and it never fluttered or moved with the wind. Mr. Barman had finally painted his masterpiece when the last leaf from the ivy tree had fallen that night.